Why did this happen? What? What's wrong? But my husband was glued to his phone and didn't hear me. Hey, are you listening? We need to leave now. We're in the middle of the wedding party. And yet, he wasn't paying any attention to me, mumbling something to himself. I was getting frustrated and walked over to him. Hey! Just as I reached to take his phone, he shoved me away. Let go! I ended up falling, landing on my rear. Oh! As I fell, I stepped on the hem of my dress, ripping it. This dress was custom designed after many consultations. I had been looking forward to this day so much. What is he thinking? Then his phone rang. Hello! I couldn't tell who he was talking to, but his face turned pale. When the call ended, he staggered over to the sofa and collapsed onto it. What happened? He opened his mouth with a dead look in his eyes. She collapsed. Collapsed. Who? My ex. What? My voice was so loud it seemed to echo through the entire venue. Don't shout like that. This is serious. Seriously? What are you talking about? Who is this in front of me? Isn't he supposed to be my husband? I can't understand why he'd prioritize his ex over me. To be honest, I don't care what happens to his ex. But looking at him, it seems pretty serious. What do I do? What's the right thing to do? He's mumbling again. Hey, we're running out of time. He looked up, as if he had an idea. That's right. We can get married anytime. What? So let's cancel. Yeah, that's the best thing. I'm so shocked I can't think for a moment. He started preparing something hastily. Hey, you can't be serious. Sorry. He apologized with his hands together. But it felt so insincere. I was just about to change into my new dress and show everyone. All right. You tell everyone I'm leaving. What? He didn't hear my protest and walked out of the room. A staff member came in just as he was leaving. What just happened? My husband ran off. What? Of course, they were shocked. And then, an idea struck me. If he's gonna cancel, then I'll just cancel something of my own. I headed to the hall where the guests were waiting, all by myself. Might as well drag the guests into my grand revenge. Just wait and see. I don't know what's going to happen next, but I'm really looking forward to it. My name is Mirabelle. I'm a freelancer now, but I used to work in PR. I joined the company with no experience, but thanks to my kind colleagues, I managed to get by. 5 years after I joined, a friend who worked at the same company made a suggestion. Why are you grinning like that? Huh? Oh, it's nothing. Come on, it's really bothering me. You don't have any plans tonight, right? Huh? No, I'm just going straight home, so nothing. Perfect. I want you to come with me for a bit. I had a lot of questions, but I met up with my friend after work. So, where are we going? Just follow me for now. I didn't know what was going to happen, but I had no choice but to go along. We arrived at a bar. Here? Yeah. It's a pretty nice place, right? Is this where you wanted to bring me? Well, that's part of it, but not exactly. When we went inside, there was a man sitting there. Long time no see. Hey. They seemed really close, so I thought he was her boyfriend. But this is John. My high school classmate. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. This was how I met John, who would later become my husband. Apparently, my friend was trying to set me up with a nice guy since I didn't have a boyfriend. Hey. Didn't you say you wanted a boyfriend, Mirabelle? Trust me. My judgment is spot on. That's not the point. When I met John, he was working as a bartender. He had a dream of owning his own bar. He loved alcohol and had been in the industry for over 10 years. So, what should I call you? Just call me Mirabelle. My friend becomes a handful when drunk. Tonight was no exception, and she got drunk quickly. She always drinks this much. Yeah, normally she's pretty responsible. Exactly. And we're the same age, so you don't need to be nervous. Got it, I mean, okay. That night, we bonded over my friend's drunken antics. I found our conversation enjoyable, so we exchanged numbers and decided to go out for drinks again. After that, we started going out regularly. I admired John's ambition and found it inspiring. I also enjoyed hearing about his dream. Wow. That's really cool. If you want, come by the bar sometime. That sounds fun. I wasn't a big drinker, but hearing him talk sparked my interest, and he taught me how to make simple cocktails at home. Soon enough, we started dating. I'm happy to be with you. Me too. After we started dating, I often visited John's hometown. He introduced me to various friends. Thanks to those connections, I even got some work opportunities. A lot of our customers are acquaintances. Really? Yeah, so when I have my own bar, I want my friends to come. I'm sure they will. I think my skills could help too. Oh, that's right. What was it again? Public relations. That's it. Sometimes I couldn't believe he didn't know certain things, but it was refreshing and fun because he didn't have people like that around him. A year after we started dating, he proposed to me. I promise to make you happy, Mirabelle. So please be with me. Yes! So, we got engaged, met each other's parents, and got married with the blessings of our friends and family. You two finally made it to marriage. I'm glad I introduced you. Yeah. I'm really grateful for that. If it weren't for you, we probably would have never met. Hearing that makes it all worth it. So, what about the wedding party? Actually, we're working on opening John's bar now. Does that mean he's getting his own bar? Yeah, something like that. That's amazing! But we're still deciding where to open it, so we'll have the party after that's settled. I see. But make sure to invite me. Of course. I really started to feel that I was married. We found a new place, and our newlywed life began. That's when John made a suggestion. I want you to help with the bar. Of course, I was planning on it. No, I mean, I want you to quit your current job and help full-time. Quit my job. Is that not okay? He looked at me with puppy dog eyes. My heart wavered. Well, I need to talk to the company first. Give me some time. Got it. After discussing with the company, I decided to quit, but since I had studied design, I continued working as a freelancer. I'll miss having you at work, but there's nothing we can do about it. I'm sorry for the sudden change. We can still work together sometime. Let's do that. So, I started working as a freelancer and helping John with the bar preparations. However, John was more optimistic than I imagined, and I often found myself dragged into his laid-back attitude. How's the prep going? Is there anything I can do? Oh, we're still deciding on the location. It's taking longer than I thought. That's important, but there's still a lot to do. We should start with what we can. I know. His carefree attitude made me worry if everything would be okay. Thinking there wasn't much I could do immediately, I started working from home. Then John said something unbelievable. Huh? Why are you at home? What about work? What? I'm working, but I quit my old job, remember? Quit? Why? Why? You told me to. You wanted me to help with the bar. Did I really say that? I couldn't believe my ears. Had he forgotten what he said himself? Anyway, I'll be working from home now. It had been about 2 weeks since I quit my job. John was still working as a bartender, but he didn't seem to be looking at any properties. At this rate, he'd never get his own place, so I started asking about his progress every day. However, if you're so worried, why don't you look for a place? I want to decide quickly too. I'm going to look at properties today. Okay. I decided to trust his words. John left around noon and came back after 11 p.m. I'm home. Did you go drinking? Yeah. I ran into a friend, so we went out for a drink. I didn't mind as long as he got his work done. So, how did it go? Huh? You were supposed to look at places for the bar, remember? Oh, sorry, I totally forgot. Seeing him laugh it off, I lost my patience. If you're going to be like this, I'm not helping anymore. Do whatever you want. There's no need to get so mad. From that moment, I stopped helping altogether. Even when John asked for advice, I would tell him I was too busy with my own work. After living like that for a while, John seemed to realize his mistake and started seriously looking for properties. A week later, he approached me. I'm sorry for everything. I was out of line. I found a place. Can you take a look? All right. I checked out the place John found, and it was actually quite nice. It looks pretty good. Really? Yeah. Plus, it's a turnkey property. Yeah, it used to be a bar. The previous owner left everything. This will help keep costs down. I hadn't expected him to think it through that much. Great. Things are gonna get busy from here. Count on you to help. From then on, everything went smoothly, almost like a dream. We remodeled the interior to John's taste, and with just a week left until the grand opening, we were ready. We finally made it. But the hard part starts now. It'll be tough to attract customers at first. But I can reach out to my friends again. Of course, that's important. But we're farther from the old location, so we need to attract new customers. Like promoting on social media? Sure, but there's a lot more to do. Leave it to me. Using my experience, I focused on marketing. I set up a website, invested in online ads, and kept myself busy. Finally, the opening day arrived. Opening day? I'm really nervous. I'll come by to check on things. When I arrived, the place was packed. But then I noticed someone. A cute person sitting at the counter, looking very close to John. What? What's going on? They seemed to be holding hands. No one else noticed, but I was sure. Then John noticed me. You made it. Yeah. It looks really busy. It's all thanks to you, Mirabelle. How about a drink to celebrate? No, I just came to check on things. All right. Anyway, thank you. Sure. Keep it up. I couldn't shake the feeling about that woman, and I didn't want to stay there any longer. Even at home, the unease didn't go away, and I couldn't sleep at all. John came home in the morning. Hey, you're up. Yeah. Welcome back. Man, it was really busy. That's good. You seem down. What's up? I decided to ask about what I saw at the bar. Who was that girl you were talking to at the bar? Huh? It looked like you were holding hands. I guess it was just my imagination. John dropped his phone. You okay? Don't say weird things. He was clearly shaken. So, it was just my imagination? Of course. Don't say stupid stuff. Now he was getting angry. Does that mean I was right? You're being a pain. What? I'm going to bed. Wait. Our relationship started going downhill from there. And we still had the wedding party to plan. We weren't talking much anymore when I got a call from my mom. Hello? Oh, Mirabelle? How are you doing over there? Well, hanging in there. What's up? I was just wondering about the party date. I'm not sure yet. Your dad's looking forward to it too. Right. I'll talk to John about it. Please do. After hanging up, I held my head in my hands. We can't have a wedding party with things like this. It had been a week with hardly any conversation. I wanted to have the party for my parents' sake, but it was impossible without resolving our issues. That's why I wanted to find a way to resolve it. While I was pondering this, John said he needed to talk and asked me to wait for him. Sorry, I'm late. It's okay. What's up? About the other day. The other day? At the bar. I'm really sorry. John bowed deeply in apology. I was tired and said some terrible things. Looking back now, I realize I was wrong. But believe me, there's nothing going on like you thought. Really? Of course. So, please trust me. At that moment, my desire to have the wedding party was so strong that I might not have seen the truth. Okay. I believe you. Thank you. And my mom called, asking about the party. Right, we said we'd do it after the bar settled down. Let's start planning it soon. After that, we started preparing for the party. I had always dreamed of wearing a wedding dress, so I chose 3 different ones. You picked some cute ones. Really? I can't wait to see them on the big day. We decided to invite only close family and a few friends, but John had a hard time deciding who to invite. Have you decided who to invite? There aren't many spots. Then John muttered under his breath. I guess it's not a good idea to invite her. What? Oh, nothing. I'll decide soon. In the end, John invited the people he initially planned to. After that, everything went smoothly until the day of the party. Oh no! What? What's wrong? But John was glued to his phone and didn't hear me. Hey! Are you listening? We need to go now. We were in the middle of the wedding party. But he ignored me, mumbling to himself. Irritated, I walked over to him. Hey! Just as I tried to take his phone, he shoved me away. Let go! I fell, landing on my rear. Oh! As I fell, I stepped on the hem of my dress, tearing it. This dress was custom designed after many consultations. I had been looking forward to this day so much. What on earth is he thinking? Then John's phone rang. Hello! I couldn't tell who he was talking to, but his face turned pale. When the call ended, John staggered over to the sofa and collapsed onto it. What happened? He opened his mouth with a dead look in his eyes. She collapsed. Collapsed. Who? My ex. What? I shouted so loudly it probably echoed through the whole venue. Don't start yelling out of nowhere. This is serious. This is serious? What is he talking about? Who is this in front of me? Isn't he supposed to be John? I can't understand why he'd prioritize his ex over me. To be honest, I don't care what happens to his ex. But looking at him, it seemed pretty serious. What do I do? What's the right thing to do? He's mumbling again. Hey, we're running out of time. He looked up, as if he had an idea. That's right. We can get married any time. What? So let's cancel. Yeah, that's the best thing. I was so shocked I couldn't think for a moment. John started preparing something hastily. Hey, you can't be serious. Sorry. He apologized with his hands together. But it felt so insincere. I was just about to change into my new dress and show everyone. All right. You tell everyone I'm leaving. What? He didn't hear my protest and walked out of the room. A staff member came in just as he was leaving. What just happened? My husband ran away. What? Of course, they were shocked. And then, an idea struck me. If John is going to cancel, then I'll just cancel something of my own. Might as well drag the guests into my grand revenge. Just wait and see. I don't know what's going to happen next, but I'm really looking forward to it. When I returned to the venue, I spoke to the staff member who had seen John leave. This was to have her act as a witness. I'm sorry. Can you help me with something? Oh, yes. If there's anything I can do. Just tell everyone that you saw my husband leave. Okay. Then, I opened the door to the hall where my parents and friends were waiting. Everyone was shocked to see me alone. My mom stood up and walked over.
Why are you alone?
Calm down, Mom. I'll explain everything. All right. I took a deep breath and explained what had just happened to everyone. This staff member saw John leave. Can you describe how he looked? He seemed really flustered. When we passed in the hallway, I think he muttered Sarah. My friend gasped.
Could it be Sarah?
Do you know something?
If I'm right, Sarah is someone who works under John.
I remembered the incident at the bar and decided to ask. By any chance, does she visit John's bar? I haven't heard anything like that, but it's possible. Do you have a picture of her? A recent one, I think. Let me check. My friend fiddled with her phone and then showed me a picture. It was definitely the girl I saw at the bar. She was at the bar.
Seriously?
Then my mom spoke up. Can you explain a bit more? Oh, sorry. I was so focused on the conversation with my friend that I didn't notice anyone else. I think John is having an affair with his colleague, Sarah.
An affair? Is that true?
I think it's very likely. Then an idea struck me. I'm going to call John right now. I went to get my phone and made the call, putting it on speaker so everyone could hear. Hello? Where are you right now? I'm at Sarah's place. She said she collapsed, so I came over. It was a waste of time. Really? What? You're forgetting something important, aren't you? Something important? Today is our big day. I told you it's cancelled, didn't I? Then explain it to everyone yourself. What? He really didn't get it. A wedding party isn't just about me. There are people who are looking forward to today. And by the way, you're having an affair with Sarah, aren't you? I had it investigated.
When did they find out? How did they know?
Of course, I hadn't had anything investigated. I only knew about Sarah because of my friend. So, everyone, you heard that, right?
Hey! Is someone else there?
You're really clueless. Right now, I'm with our parents and friends. And I didn't have you investigated. Thanks for falling for it, though.
What?
Then his mother walked up from the back. What a terrible thing you've done, John.
Is that you, Mom?
I'm so ashamed to have such a foolish son. Then his father chimed in. You're no longer my son. Don't bother coming back. Did you hear that? Maybe you should just be with Sarah.
Wait!
It's too late for regrets. Goodbye.
Hey!
Ignoring his protests, I hung up. What an idiot. I'm so sorry. His parents apologized together. It's not your fault. What will you do now? I'm considering my options. I definitely can't stay with him anymore. I went around apologizing to our friends who attended. John's friends even apologized on his behalf. Seeing their faces, I realized it would be hard to continue being friends with them. After that, I didn't go back to the home I shared with John. Instead, I returned to my parents' house. A week later, I got a call from the friend who introduced me to John. What's up? I'm really sorry about everything that happened. Don't worry. I was the one who chose him in the end. Hearing that makes me feel a bit better. Anyway, according to my friend, Sarah was indeed John's colleague. Apparently, she couldn't get over him and that's why she did what she did. I see. Was he really worth it? Considering I introduced you to, I have no comment. Well, that sounds like an answer.
I see. But that's not the point. She didn't actually collapse, did she?
I figured. I had a feeling something was off. What are you going to do? I have an idea. With my friend's help, I arranged a meeting with Sarah. Nice to meet you, Sarah. There's something I'd like to ask you.
Something to ask?
Don't worry. It's something that will benefit you too. I asked Sarah for a favor. After that, John found that not only his parents but also his friends began to distance themselves from him. The bar he managed was only staying afloat because of my involvement. When I pulled out, he had to give up the bar. This outcome was expected. I quickly started the divorce process. But I wasn't just going to divorce him. That day, I went to a lawyer's office. "You'll need to pay for me."
What?
"Of course. We canceled the wedding party and you caused this issue."
No way!
I couldn't believe how clueless he was. I sighed deeply. I used to find his naivety and stupidity endearing, but not anymore. Now, it's just annoying. "The bill will come later. Make sure you pay it."
Hang on. Just wait for the bill.
I couldn't stand it anymore and hurried out of the office. This should make things better. I'm so exhausted. After that, John had to pay the bills, which made it hard for him to make ends meet. He started working part-time jobs, but kept getting fired because of his personality and bounced from job to job. John ended up selling his belongings to make ends meet. Naturally, he contacted me. "Hey! How are things over there?" "I'm doing fine." He tried to sound cheerful, but I knew it was a front. I was getting updates from Sarah about his situation. I had put a condition for her.
What?
"I think this is a much better deal than paying hundreds of thousands of dollars." Sarah seemed to hesitate. "If you prefer to pay, that's fine." "What will it be?" "Okay, then you'll be paying. Goodbye." I turned to leave.
Wait.
I turned back with a smirk. "Yes?"
I'll report John's actions to you.
Smart decision. Sign this agreement. To ensure Sarah wouldn't tell John, I had her sign a document agreeing to report on him. If she told him, I'd demand the cancellation fee. Either way, Sarah had no right to refuse. "All right, spy. Looking forward to working with you." I'll never forget Sarah's expression as she signed the agreement. She's doing a great job so far. John had no idea about our arrangement.
Hey, are you listening?
His audacious tone was getting on my nerves. "You're not in a position to talk to me like that. Understand?"
Well, it's just that.
"You're having a hard time? Don't make me laugh. This is all your fault. Did you think I'd help you now? If so, you're incredibly mistaken." John fell silent. "Anyway, I'll never help you." "Why don't you ask Sarah for help?" "That's not possible." "Oh, why not? Aren't you living together?" "No, we decided to live separately just recently." "So, you broke up?" "No, not exactly." I didn't know the reason, but it might have been a wise decision. "I see. That's how it is."
What? What do you mean?
Who knows? John would probably ask Sarah about this, but it would be pointless. If he found out about our contract, she'd have to pay me. So, he would live in constant fear of me from now on. "I'm busy, so I'm hanging up."
Wait.
"No way. Goodbye." I felt no sympathy for John. He can live with his regrets. As for me, I started working at a company founded by a friend. The work environment is great, and I'm enjoying every day. I haven't felt this fulfilled in a long time. From now on, I want to live for myself and for the people who truly care about me.